Konnichiwa, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to talk about attitude, plus two other critical factors needed in sales. Za eigyou desu. Sore de wa ikimashou. So let's get going. This is the fourth year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. And my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is now released, and they're all available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 263. Today we're talking about sales attitude, image, and credibility. We know that our attitude determines everything. Henry Ford is often quoted for saying, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. In the 1920s, psychologists understood that we can change our futures by changing how we think. Up until that time, everyone talked about God's will or fate, and as individuals, we had no options. Today, we understand the power of our mind to drive our behavior in ways which will help us to realize the goals we've set for ourselves or which have been set for us by our boss. We all have sales targets to achieve, so our sales attitude is key. We have to find ways to remain positive in the face of failure and setbacks. Sales is a roller coaster of elation and despair. You make your presentation to one client with the same conditions of price, terms, etc., and they buy. The next client presentation is a disaster, and they don't buy. What happened to us between these two extremes? Often, we have no clear idea, but we have to pick ourselves up and call the next client. How do we pick ourselves up, though? I love these Winston Churchill quotes. When you're going through hell, keep going, and never, never, never give up. But in sales, we do want to give up because rejection and our feelings of failure are brutal. Everyone faces negativity, and we all suffer from different degrees of imposter syndrome, even if we have some degree of success. Dale Carnegie has another useful quote. It isn't what you have, who you are, where you are, or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you are doing about it. So, what are you doing about it? Let's find ways of occupying our minds with positivity. I was fired from my sales job once upon a time. It was doubly depressing because I've been working so hard. I thought the big boss was going to give me a raise. It was a cold Friday night evening, about 5 p.m, when he called me to his office. I'd read somewhere that a lot of job-related suicides result from being fired on a Friday. The next morning, I got up early and went straight down to the biggest bookstore in town and bought a couple of $100 worth of books. I'd just lost my source of income, but here I was, spending money like a drunken sailor. Why? I knew I had to push out every self-doubt and nagging negative thought that would otherwise occupy my mind, and replace those bad thoughts with positive, I can do it information. Misery loves company, we say, but in the sales business, absolutely avoid negative people. When failing sales colleagues invite you to a wine party, W-H-I-N-E party, don't accept the invitation. Keep your mind pure and undiluted by any negative people and their toxic talk. In the classic sales movie, Glenn Ross, Al Pacino plays Ricky Roma, who is in a bar closing a buyer while the rest of the salespeople are in the office whining about they don't have any worthwhile leads. Ricky Roma keeps his eye on the prize and doesn't spend time with failing salespeople colleagues. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Our show today is sponsored by, on the 16th of November, we're having our course preview. On the 18th, in our professional leadership series, we're looking at handling mistakes. On the 25th of November, in our professional leadership series, we're doing vision, mission, values. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery. This is the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery. Both are available on Amazon. And my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be out in 2021. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Terebi Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Design pep talks for yourself. As a karate athlete, I remember getting to the final bouts. Everyone was watching me, and that nasty old imposter syndrome would start telling me, you shouldn't be here in the finals. You should have been eliminated out in the earlier rounds. It happens in sales too. You have an unexpected good quarter or half year, and the doubt sets in that this isn't you. And then you sabotage yourself to get back to where you see your mediocre self. One formula I use is very simple. Whenever I am doubting myself, I keep repeating, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Another one I use is, I feel strong, I feel sharp, I feel terrific. Find your words or your set of trigger words which set off positive thought processes in your mind. Our self-image flows across to how we present ourselves and how we interact with buyers. Buyers judge us on our first impression with them. Until they get to know us, they simply look at how well we dress. If you've given up on yourself, it will show immediately from how you carry yourself to how you present yourself. In that same legendary movie referred to earlier, Alec Baldwin plays the part of a hotshot sales guy sent down from the Mitch and Murray headquarters to motivate these failed salespeople. He's very well dressed, wears a heavy gold watch, and drives an expensive BMW. He oozes the part of sales success. What are we using when we turn up in front of the prospect. Once we open our mouth, clients start to evaluate how smart and consistent we are. They do that by noting by how well we can communicate. Clients subconsciously fear being conned by smooth-talking salespeople. We have to be highly fluent without coming across as slimy. The client will throw up objections to see how we deal with them. If we seem reliable, they may start us with a small deal to test us. When problems arise, they are looking for how we handle tough situations. How strong is our self-control? And do we have persistence? They're looking for how well we can relate to different people and how professionally competent we really are. Clients will partner with us if they see we are genuinely doing our best for them to succeed. We have to get our mindset correct, our personal presentation on point, and deliver value and outcomes for the client. It isn't a multi-choice selection. All three are required for sales success. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.